The Jackson 5. Brilliant. Frosty the Snowman. Go on, Michael, son. Do what you do best, la.
What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening.
So what's the buzz? What's going on? What's happening around town? Where can you take your lover or girlfriend or wife out this very Christmas time? Here's a great one for the kids. Listen to this. I went up to Theatre Clwyd on Monday night and to experience the awesome interactive play in the shape of the Nutcracker. Now, this tale is designed for under 11s, but please don't let that put you off going to see it. And just have a little quick look at this, right? This now takes the audience on an adventure that tours around all the nook and crannies of Theatre Clwyd, starting backstage and leading you through many of the rooms, including under the ground, deep into the cellar. It's fantastic. You may only know the Nutcracker from Tchaikovsky's ballet, but this is a very different experience indeed. Now, after receiving a gift of a Nutcracker doll from his Uncle Roy, Billy Silvertree, who is bullied terribly by his family for being a bit of a dreamer, he takes us on a tour of his imagination and his dreams after his sisters break the doll, and then all the audience have to perform a number of tasks and sort out riddles to win pieces of the Nutcracker back, so that they can make this doll and give it back to Billy at the end. It's a truly awesome piece of work. It really is. I caught up with local actress Victoria Pugh after the play, and she plays Billy's mother, Francine, and Lady Mousiekins as well. And I started by asking her to explain a little bit more about this phenomenal piece of work.
It's an immersive family play where you arrive at the Silvertree's Christmas party, and you're introduced to lots of different people, and you're allowed to wander around freely. And as you wander around freely, you kind of pick up on bits of information as little scenes may be played out in front of you, might not be played out in front of you.
This is at the party?
This is at the party.
Right, yeah.
So hopefully you're going to get an idea of who people are, why they're there, and what the relationships might be. And then, of course, everybody then ends up in the party, and it all goes slightly wrong.
Right.
Yes, so when it all goes slightly wrong, then Uncle Roy obviously saves the day and takes you into Billy's brain through magic.
Yes.
Yes.
Now that sounds a bit weird, doesn't it?
It does sound a bit weird.
But the reality of that, well, probably the most awesome thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's very magical.
As a theatre experience. What would you call it?
It's an immersive theatre play.
Immersive
yes,
theatre
it's
play.
Promenade. Right. It's interactive.
Yeah.
We call it interactive. And it becomes more interactive and slightly more structured, probably, in the second half, if you can call it a game of two halves, when the audience are guided in little groups around Billy's brain to find bits of the Nutcracker once the Mousiekins have obviously laid down the law. And there are 4 different routes, so you could see it 4 times and have 4 completely different experiences.
Well, I said on the way, when we finished, children that come and see this, because it's aimed at under 11s, it says.
It is. I did have friends who were 14, 12 and 10 come today, and they loved it.
It doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Did they all go on the same route?
They did. They came on the same route. They went, on the same route. So there are different kind of elements of different routes. So some are more suitable for younger children.
Right.
And the route that they went on was more suitable for old children, where you can frighten them slightly.
Frighten them a bit,
Yeah,
because I've worked here, as you well know.
Yes, you have.
And I was taken into places I didn't even know existed.
No, me too. I didn't know anything about the basement before.
I didn't. I went downstairs going, where are we going? This is great.
It's like the TARDIS.
Yeah.
And I mean, I thought it was a TARDIS when we were younger, but it really is the TARDIS.
Yeah, definitely. But it's amazing. I mean, and it was described as a kind of crystal maze for under 12.
Yeah, that's a good description.
Very much so. Because when you went underground and you met this big spider, woman. Literally looks like a spider.
She is a spider.
And then
Andy.
gives you...
She's like, looks like she is a spider.
Yeah, that big spider that's down there. It just reminded me of the bit in the Crystal Maze when you go and get a riddle of Mumsy. So it must be horrible, though, for children when they all get back on the bus after to go back to school and go, did you see this bit? And they'll go, no, I didn't. And
That's the fun of it, because some people are going, well, Mousiekins was doing this when we passed her. Oh no, she was doing mousy yoga when we passed her. And they've all had different experiences, and they're going, something happened to the train track, we had to put it back together. And they're going, oh, well, we crossed the train track. Well, we'd done that for you. And it's kind of because things, interrelated as well. So there's a task that goes on properly before you get there, or after you get there.
Oh, right.
And the children then go, well, we did that.
Yeah.
That's how you could do your task,
right.
So, yes, you could do 4 different times, 4 different routes, and you'd have a different experience.
So how many? I know it's a sort of mix between professional
so there's
and community.
6 professional and I think 21 community cast.
Wow, that's a lot.
Some are doubles,
right?
Because of work commitments and school. A lot of school children are in it, and want to go to drama college, and they do very, very well.
Oh, are they at that age where they want to do that kind of
thing? A lot of 17, 18-year-olds.
And are they all from around here?
Yeah.
Are they?
Everyone's from around here. It's fab.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic.
Amazing. Imagine us having that experience at that age.
I know.
We would have loved it, wouldn't we?
I know.
We would have just...
And we'd have got right into it as well.
Oh, yes, we would have.
Well, jolly good luck.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Victoria Pugh, everybody.
Oh, thanks, Andy.
Yes.
Yay, Andy Snowden.
Happy Christmas.
Now, Dolly Calon.
You see, that's what happens when you interview a friend. They go a little bit crackers on you. So there she is, Miss Victoria Pugh. I say Miss. She's a Mrs. now, and she's changed her name. That's the problem with you girls. You go and get married, and we don't know who you are. We try and look you up on Facebook. It's impossible. Anyway, The Nutcracker. It is running up at Theatre Clwyd. It is an immersive play. That's the word I was looking for. An absolutely fantastic piece of work. It runs up until the 31st of December. Tickets are just £10, and this includes a free skate around Theatre Clwyd's temporary ice rink that's been erected on the green at the side of the theatre. And that's £5. Oh, that's £8 actually. So it's very, very much worth having a little look at this play, The Nutcracker. Take the kids over this next week if they've got nothing to do. It really is fantastic. And I will give you the details for the box office in a momento. But first things first, right? I've got to tell you about this other thing that's going on up there. Tommy Cooper. Now, after touring the world with his portrayal of John Lennon, local actor Daniel Taylor brings his Tommy Cooper show to the Emlyn Williams Theatre in Theatre Clwyd, and that is running now, and also that is running until New Year's Eve. So, shall we hear a little bit from Danny? I think we should. On your marks, get set. Here he is.
So I went to this doctor, and I said, it hurts me when I do that. He said, well, don't do it.
My name's Daniel Taylor, and I play Tommy Cooper in The Tommy Cooper Show. The Tommy Cooper Show is a whistle-stop celebration of Tommy Cooper's life from when he was in the army, taking snippets right the way through to his days when he was a television star. Obviously, there's a lot of laughter. And also, not only Tommy, you get to sort of meet his wife, because the story's told by his wife, Gwen, otherwise known as Dove, and also his manager, Miff Ferry.
I'm Gareth Jones, and I'm in The Tommy Cooper Show, playing Tommy's manager, Miff Ferry, a cheerful sort of fella. Miff Ferry is a complicated character, a man of his age, really. You know, he was sort of an administrator, a terrifyingly, almost autistic administrator. He documented every detail of every conversation, every phone conversation that he had with Tommy, and there's been a lot of stuff written based on what he wrote down, so there's a great deal of evidence out there. And I've seen him being interviewed as well, and he's known as a very dour Scot. I've got an accountant who's rather like him, who, really likes to laugh. but doesn't like to let on that he likes to laugh. So yeah, Miff's a curious creature. Being on stage is a terrifyingly new experience for me. I've managed to work in television since 1985, so 30 years in January. But I haven't really ever done any theatre. But I heard about this job where they were looking for someone who was ex-Clwyd Youth Theatre in North Wales for this role, because having performed it in Liverpool, we're going to be doing it in North Wales as well. And I looked at this and thought, I'm ex-Youth Theatre. I'm qualified, I could do that. So I contacted Daniel, who's putting the whole thing together, and said, can I have a go? Shot some sort of tryouts at home on video, became Miff Ferry as best as I could manage, and they said, yeah, come and do it, it'll be fun. My favourite Tommy Cooper moments keep coming. You know, he's such a part of the heritage of comedy in this country. Even though he's not around, his gags are still around now, and we're still saying what he used to say and saying the kind of things he would say if he was still here. You can't underestimate the effect he's had on British comedy culture.
It's a family show. Tommy Cooper was never sort of rude, as you know, or offensive in any way, so it's good for sort of all ages, really.
Back to horse at 20 to 1. Came in at 20 past 4.
So there you go, Danny Taylor and Gaz Jones there, formerly known as Gaz Top. You remember Gaz Top, Kids TV, 1980s. Anyway, he is playing Miff Ferry, the downtrodden manager of Tommy Cooper. That's running up until New Year's Eve as well. And if you'd like to go and see the Nutcracker or Tommy Cooper, or indeed the pantomime that's on up there at the doing Aladdin, the box office number is 01352 701 521. 01352 701 521. You can get up to Theatre Clwyd, get up to the theatre on the hill, check it out, support your theatres, boys and girls. It won't be there forever if you don't.